Horizon Radio here at the Two Counties International Film Festival at MK Gallery in Milton Keynes. My name is Grace Spicer and I am incredibly excited to be interviewing some amazing talent all across the UK at this festival today. I'm going to be speaking with Katherine Carmichael, Sam Rochia and Paul Sultana, both stars of some amazing films. We're going to be talking a bit about Hot Flash later on, but we're first of all going to start with a film from yourself, Sam. You want to tell us a little bit more about a little short film that you've been working on?
Yes, so I am a professional actress, but like most creatives, I do like writing, producing, directing, storytelling, and I had a little go of creating something which I wanted to make it feel like it had come from something much bigger.
Yeah.
So it's a micro short. There was a lot to pack in 2 minutes to make it work, the shifts, the edit, the language, and I hope it came across that in actual fact there was enough shifts in there and the relationship pointers to suggest that this wasn't an isolated one-off behaviour from the man, but in actual fact there was a big back history story to it, and also just to show that you can do things subtly to make an effect and have an impact.
Yeah.
You can do things on a budget, and you can do something on a skeleton crew with 2 people and as the crew and 2 actors, and still bring something to life that's meaningful.
It's a lot of will and drive and passion really that makes beyond a budget or beyond, like you say, a skeleton crew that can really bring a film together. Like if you're passionate about what you're delivering and what you want to showcase, that's what matters.
Absolutely, and I think also I teach screen acting, and the one thing that I enjoy watching actually is not guiding others but watching what they have to bring.
Yeah.
That people, when they come into a space that can be vulnerable, they are so generous with what they have got to offer. And watching someone else's interpretation I find really heartwarming, and that's what drives my work and my passion really, is watching others.
Watching others grow and develop.
People will step into my classes with very little confidence, and in 6 months they're there being heard, being seen, very strong in front of the camera, and it's just very fulfilling. Yeah.
What's something you can always, in someone that you know is going to be a game changer in the industry, what's something that you can always identify in someone that you know, that's someone that we need to keep an eye out for?
Well, I think that's a tricky one.
I might ask all of you guys that actually.
I think for me, that's tricky because I see potential in everyone.
Yeah.
And that's not a cliche way of putting that, but we all have something different to offer, and I think the fundamental thing is, if it's grounded, if it's heartfelt, if it's authentic, then that's all that's needed.
If it's that
if it's
drive,
performative, then that's when we may lose the essence of it. So I think everybody's got that capability of being grounded and seeing a story through. And also I think the director's there for that reason as well, that we have our own interpretation, but at the end of the day the director may say, well, that was great, but let's just do this, and that's not a criticism, that's driving forward a vision.
Absolutely.
A creative vision for a team or for an individual, and I think being in that position is strong if you're already in a grounded place and can feel it, can weave your way through the script, navigate the scene, almost be a good manipulator, that when it's not working, how do we then manipulate it to work? Because manipulation can be seen often as a bit of a negative word, but we are human. We all do it. It's not a bad thing. We need to survive. So bring that into script.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's what makes it real. It's what makes it authentic, as you said.
Human, and there are lots of different techniques, and it's great to have a toolkit, but at the end of the day, let's just be human about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's just drive that scene forward. And yes, the technical skill is one aspect, but still being human is absolutely essential.
Absolutely.
So
it's what makes these films real and alive, and what brings that community together. Do you two have anything you'd like to add to that?
Sure. I mean, you're absolutely right. The human element is where you need to anchor yourself to. But there are some good little technical moments you need to learn as well. You almost have to know and understand the technical side and then kind of forget them, in the sense of you need to know where the camera is, you need to know where you're delivering, where you're performing, certainly on stage as well, that's the way. But there are moments when it comes to a technical point where you have to be able to listen and react. There's so many, at certain levels, this is it.
This is an agreeing, you read my mind,
It is. I was just going to say listening.
Yeah.
I think listening is like an absolute key thing, really, that you have to listen to the the person you're acting opposite, what they are giving to you, and actually respond to that in a real human
time way.
And be able to trust as well with the director, to trust that you've given the opportunity to also play with that scene, that it hasn't got it's not rigid, and that you are able to sort of like grow and let it breathe. I think let it breathe, but listening.
I'd argue sometimes that some of the best acting that's done is not just the acting and the lines, it's actually the listening and the responses. You'll get some little key moments in a film that is all taken from the point of the listener. And that can actually make and break a scene. So completely.
Be in the moment, really live in that moment, and let that be truthful.
And that's where the truthful elements grow from any piece of media. Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about your upcoming feature film here that you've all got different roles in, directors, actors, you're all in for this. So let's talk a little bit about Hot Flash, which looks like a film that is maybe for the older lady, shall we say? But is it kind of what's it all about?
I think I've described it to many people as Bridget Jones hits the menopause, really. I think that is kind of where we're at. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's uplifting, and all based up in Yorkshire, so it's kind of like a love letter to Yorkshire as well at the same time. I mean, I would say that actually, women start going through the menopause can be like from 35. So it's not sort of, everybody assumes it's like 50 upwards, but that's not actually the case. So I think coming on as a director, I'm now having conversations with my daughter about it, where I would never normally have done that as well. But
is it opening those conversations up? I know over the years the menopause, the perimenopause has been discussed more and more in media. So this is a really poignant film to be bringing.
It is, and the story's about a woman called Jerry, and she's lost her job. Her marriage is all broken down. She's got a transgender son, which her husband can't accept, played by Paul. She is trying to find her way in amongst hot flashes, brain fog, mass anxiety as well, because there's another thing they don't really talk about is anxiety and the tiredness and lack of confidence, which affect us all. And at the same time, she's trying to start this business, which somebody else is trying to take away from her. So she's got to really find herself. And I think that is something that's happening with so many women from your 40s and 50s. You can feel quite invisible and that you're like losing yourself. And then that doesn't matter whether it's film business or whether it's any kind of entrepreneur or women working in their 40s, 50s, going through this can feel quite sort of, because it affects you mentally so badly
it does.
That you pull back and people think, why is she dropped off, or why are they pulling away from work or leaving the workplace, and a lot of it's to do with perimenopause and menopause, which just doesn't get spoken about. So hopefully this will, and people will laugh a lot. Laugh a lot.
It has that, absolutely.
Because I think that's one of the fun things that I've really watching other people watch it, because we've had like private screenings, and actually watching the amount of men that are laughing so much as well along with it, like real good belly laughs as well. So
it's fantastic. And actually it's similar to a question I was thinking for yourself, Paul, is how does it feel to be part of a film that's focused around a lot of women related things, acting in it as a man? How does it feel to be part of a film that was so about women, I guess?
Well, when we first talked about this, there are heroes and heroines, and there's the good guys and the bad guys, and in this particular instance, I'm not necessarily the best guy.
Okay.
But it also highlights a very key point, certainly with the relationship with acceptance, absolutely, and how some people can and some people literally, in this case, can't, and how my character develops from there. Because all the best intention in the world. There could be a lot of love there, there could be a lot of feeling potentially there, but there's also other things going on as well. And then that level of acceptance and understanding and having to come around to terms with things, they're affecting us all through life. So yeah, it's very much a human element.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was that was quite an important factor for us as well through the film. So we've got a wonderful trans actor called Elias, and he's absolutely incredible. But it's not we need to like focus on that because we wanted it to be that it's a natural, normal story. He's deaf as well. He's an incredible actor. And that was like part of the journey for that. And the same really with the menopause part of it. I mean, the story's about a woman who was an entrepreneur, who was trying to succeed in business, or an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Which is one of your lines, which is like one of the best lines, and I absolutely love it. But it's, so there's women trying to succeed in business. So it's really that entrepreneurship and how we reinvent ourselves and that kind of stuff as well. So there's all these like storylines mixed in, but we wanted it to feel like a real natural blending and not like, we have to talk about this subject or we have to talk about
you have
that
to focus
subject.
on this, have to focus on
Yeah.
Did you find, either of you two, did you find this film developing, producing, coming up with the idea changed you as a person, your perspectives, your ideas?
I think for me, I've become more aware of some changes that have been happening to me probably since I'm 46 now, which I don't mind saying, probably 41, 42, and I've just brushed them off. Sleep issues, getting hot at times after eating, things that aren't necessarily the most obvious symptoms. Irritability, all sorts.
Hopefully not with this interview, mind, but
no, that's a very gentle word. Actually, I'd say that's a gentle describing word. But now, I am looking down at my hot flash bag.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is such a lovely
that's it, Sam. It's a
design.
process. It's a natural process. I have got to go through it. How long it will take, I don't know, but it definitely has started. So I'm just more aware.
It's that understanding.
It's to say, it's that validation almost. Yes. It's validation, awareness, understanding, and then access now.
Yeah.
Being aware, I think, I can, through sponsorships and other elements, what does this mean for me? What can I access? What can I get to support myself? And just knowing that when I see sometimes these posts on social media that describe lack of sleep, that I'm not alone.
You know that it's
almost a routine.
It's not just you.
At 2 a.m. and I just can't get to sleep. I just can't do it. And it's not the work thing, because I've always been busy. It's a natural change that's come across me that I'm like, I don't like it.
You lay there and you're wide awake, aren't you? And it's just, I don't think I've had a full night's sleep for about 4 years. I'm like, it's kind of like...
I like the fact is that we've had such a good crew.
Yeah.
I think we can all... agree that everybody that's worked on it, we all got on really well, had a great time putting it all together. So all of the crew and cast and crew have enjoyed doing this. So I definitely like that.
I would like to say our line producer, who's been in the business for years, he actually turned around and said to me, do you know what, I think this is one of the most important films I have ever worked on.
Wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm really chuffed with that. And you're right about there's more in the media, and we've been very lucky as well with a sponsorship with companies now coming to us, which is brilliant as well. So sort of show that there's things out there to help us.
There's things out there that can support and bring that awareness. Brilliant. Well, thank you, the three of you, so very much for sitting down and chatting with me today. It sounds like an absolutely fantastic number of films that you guys have been working on, and I really hope that it hits the box office and does brilliant. Wouldn't that be a treat?
Hot flash.
Oh yeah.